Hi, good day everyone. I'm Suhani Khandelwal and today we have Mr. Nabeel Faruqui with us. So, sir, your speech was amazing. I just can't tell you how much I related to it. And I think everybody found somewhere that they could see themselves in your story. So, for your story, instead of taking your own name, you used the name Atom. Could you explain the reason behind this peculiar name?
The reason being that the reason behind the name is that the name was Atom because that was the only that was sort of a cute name that I found for a small tiny particle in the universe. So that's the name. But the reason why I did not want to name myself in the beginning was then it sort of kills the suspense, kills the thrill. Although by the end of it, everyone knew who I was talking about. But it was just being a teacher and being someone who's into quizzing. I want to put quizzes everywhere, I want to put questions everywhere. That's why that question, that is why that slide, that who is Atom. So that's the reason, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Atom was like a really cute name, and it got us thinking, like, okay, Atom, let's think, what can it be? And in your speech, you talked a lot about the fact how Atom thought that he was hopeless and everything, but then people told him that you're good. But like a lot of people don't have those kind of people. So, what advice would you like to give them?
First of all, if you don't have those people around you, as I said, the first learning that I had was that you're a human becoming.
Yeah.
So if you're surrounded by people who cannot push you to do positive things, cannot put you in a positive spiral or at least stop your negative spiral, then you probably need to look at the people that are around you because you literally become the people that you sit with, the books that you read, the movies that you watch. So it is most important that you find mentors who motivate you to do something. If you are around people who are constantly bogging you down, that no, you can't do it, Sohani, you're not good for this, you can't be a public speaker, Sohani, you can't go to a foreign university to study, then it essentially means that you need to look at the people that you're with.
Yeah, having a good circle is really important, as you mentioned. You used a lot of poetry in your story. How do you connect to those poetry?
The poetry, it's also a lot of family background because everyone in my family likes reading poetry. Nobody is a poet as such, but everyone likes reading poetry. So growing up, I was always surrounded by people referring to things in poetry, referring to a beautiful thing in poetry. So that has always stuck. So when I have to describe a situation to someone, or if I have to describe a person, if I have to introduce Suhani to someone, then I would probably use a couplet in the introduction because that is sort of the way my mind works. It tells me that this is the best way to introduce. So that's why a lot of poetry. If I do not put that in my speech, then that speech is not about me. So poetry is that integral part of me.
Yeah, the poetry did make it a lot more beautiful. I mean, just those little couplets and those words were really beautiful, and they helped us figure out more like what you wanted to say. Could you share any instances where you felt those small drops of hope brought about a big sea of change in your life?
In your life, so essentially everyone that was there, the point being, and because of a time restriction, I couldn't elaborate much about that point, about those points, those stories. The entire point of those stories was that all of these people, the changes that they were making, they were very tiny gestures for them in their own lives. It was not a radical change that they were making in their own lives. They were going about their own lives fine. They were just giving me small drops of hope, faith, belief, things that I lacked, things that I felt that I could never do. They just told me that you can do it. Try. If you fail, we are here. We are backing you up. In fact, I'm very fortunate that I got out of all the bad company, the circles that you're talking about, people that don't motivate. I am very lucky and fortunate that at some point I got out of it. And I met these people one by one at different points of time who just gave me those drops of hope that I was missing. Everything else was there in my life. I had a fulfilling life, fulfilling childhood. But hope I did not have. And hope we all look for, hope we all live by, that at some point we'll do something good. And that essentially is the thing that these people make tiny gestures which has changed my life entirely. It's not as tiny a change for me. So that is exactly why I named it that small drops of hope bring seas of change.
Yeah. In a sense, also, there's the small drops that make the big ocean and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Your speech was really awesome, sir. Congratulations on your TEDx speech. Thank you so much.